Hello everyone, today I brings you very new kind of lesson. This is formalism and I hope you would like it because I tried to make it simple and I just simplify it, and I hope it will definitely help to all of you. And let's begin. Hello everyone, today I brings a very new lesson, and which is about the literary theory, the formalism and new criticism. What the definition of formalism? It's a lead two branches: Russian formalist and new critics. It's a great shift from old to new ones. Earlier, some notions were prevailing in the society, but with the starting of new criticism, shift has been seen in the literary scenario. Then the Russian formalist theory emerged from the meetings, discussions and publication of Opozaz, the Society for the Study of Poetic Language, at the Moscow Linguistic Circle, and the Russian formalists developed postulation of fabula and suzette. Fabula refers to the chronological sequence of event, the story, and suzette refers to the order of the presentation in the narrative of the plot. Basically, this field is related with the plot, and the first one is related with the chronological sequences of the event and the story. And the central figure of this literary criticism is John Crow Ransom, R.P. Blackmore, Alan Tate, and Clint Brooks. And the emergence of new criticism. New criticism was a formalist movement in literary theory that dominated American literary criticism in the middle decades of the 20th century. It's very new phenomena, and the literariness is a very basic formation, very basic notion of that particular theory. It emphasizes on close reading of the text. Text is main, rather author and reader. Earlier it was the main center of the literary theory was author or reader, in which way they are revealing their secrets, their way of writing, in which way they are writing their own expressions. But this time, text is the main central figure. It's a total entity of the text which is revealing in this new criticism, in which way we are going to explore, we are writing, and that way these things are very important in this new criticism. Poem as a tool to discover importance of literature as self-sustained. So they need some tools in which, by the using of these tools, they can analyze, they can assume some truth. So for that they use poem as a tool to discuss or discover importance of literature as self-sustained. Means they said to that literariness is a main central theme, and poem, if able to sustain, and it is self-sustained, so there is no need to think about the writer, author and any other figure. And traditions and the individual talents, by the T.S. Eliot. Traditions and the individual talents, and Hamlet and his problem. Very important phenomena of this century. And objective correlative also developed in his work. This emphasis on the work as an artifact. So what do you mean by objective correlative? It's very important and have asked many times in exams. If the author want to create some emotions among the audience, among the readers, so how do they can create? By using some sort of imagery, by using some sense of words, phrases, he would be able to create that objective correlative. For example, if we are making a very sad movie and at the end of the movie people are crying, so we can say that it has objective correlative has been used successfully. But if there is no impact on the audience, so we can say that There is no use of objective correlative. It's not working. It's not worth. And then very important notion, effective and intentional fallacy by Wimsatt and Bartley, a very important notion of new criticism. And most of the time the people also accepted these notions, but after some time it has been banished by and not accepted by the critics. They said to this, it's a false fallacy. And the interpretation based on context and language of the text. Earlier we are using the lots of imagery and what are we doing, the author's intention in traditional critics and literary criticism, but in this interpretation based on the context and the language of the text. What is the context, so the theme, the motive of the language of the text, which kind of language we are going to use. These things were very important. And then Chicago critics, interpretation based on context and language of the text. The Chicago critics called new criticism as the radical reforms of the literary study. It has been take it very powerful weapon, very powerful change, shift to old, from old to new one. That's why it is called radical reforms of the literary study, and analyzing all the figure of speech to keep the formation of the text in center. All the technical elements monitor under scientific observations. Whatever the technical elements we have, we are going to use it in a scientific observations like literary figure, literary speech, literary term, figure of speech, imagery, metaphor, the context of poem, the plot of the drama, and many more things. All these are observed in a very particular way, in a scientific way, very systematically and with the very minute details. So these are the some characteristics and definitions of new criticism as well as formalism. I hope these lessons definitely prove helpful to all of you, and I will come back with new lessons, something new and interesting. Till then, you take care and bye bye. Thanks for watching.